Most traders waste their life simply trying to become profitable. And 99% of the time, they still end up quitting or losing all their hard earned money. And I know this because it used to be me. And in 2008, I blew up my account for the sixth time and lost over $77,000. But over the course of over 30 years, I developed a simple trading system that turned $6,053 in starting of January of 2025 into over $35,000 as of June 1st in 2026. That's a 486% return and almost a 6x return in just 1.5 years. And it's not just me. Gary turned $5,000 into over 18,814 in just 2 years. And it's worked for AC, who started with 5,000 and turned it into over $30,000 in just 2 years and 9 months. And it has worked for hundreds of others. But I wish I really could have done things smarter to get there faster. So give me a few minutes and I'll save you 30 years of mistakes that I had learned the expensive way and that I wish somebody told me from day one. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to avoid and what to do instead so you can make serious money with options. Now, by the way, if you're interested in learning the specific edge that I use to accomplish my results designed for small accounts, click the link in the description. Now, the real reason behind these results is applying an edge that is virtually unknown, one that almost no option traders understand or take advantage of. It is possible to apply an edge in options trading by buying options at a discount. And the edge works in every market environment. The edge is proven from January of 2025 up until June 1st of 2026 and done with verified results. And the specific edge, it's described in more detail for free by just clicking the link in the description. So, does this edge actually work in the real world? Let me show you my actual equity curve. You can see it here from the January 1st, 2025 to June 1st, 2026. You can see it's my live equity curve here. And you can see I started with $6,053. I haven't added any money to the account. I'm up 29,459. My current balance is 35,512. Live equity curve. You can see the drawdowns and everything there. So this is a real example of what happened when I consistently applied this virtually unknown edge. Now, let me share what 30 years of trading has taught me about what to avoid and what to do. Next, I'm going to go over the first thing to avoid in order to grow a small account, which is fundamental analysis. You can go long or short a stock with fundamental analysis. Success depends on picking the right direction. Money management around that direction, that's crucial. And it works best with long-term buy and hold. Now, shorter holding periods make picking a direction much more challenging. Now, I remember sitting at my desk watching CNBC thinking, I just need to find the right stock. I followed Jim Cramer. I read earnings reports. I studied PE ratios and analyst upgrades. I really believed the key was in the research. But trade after trade, I'd get in based on solid fundamentals and still lose money. At first, I blamed myself. Maybe I missed something in the data. So I researched more, but the results didn't improve. Then I had an epiphany. The market doesn't reward research, it rewards finding and mining a statistical edge. Until I had one, no amount of research was going to save me. Even Jim Cramer with deep fundamental knowledge hasn't beaten the market. If you look at his AAP portfolio from 2001 to 2023, he's up 230%. If you look at the S&P in the same time period, it's up 453%. That's when I realized fundamental analysis, it just doesn't work. If fundamental research worked, the numbers would look very different. This brings me to the second thing you need to avoid if you want to be successful in trading: technical analysis. So what is technical analysis? It's the practice of predicting future price movements by studying past price action. Traders use charts, trend lines, support and resistance, indicators, and chart patterns to make trading decisions. I used to think the key to success was getting the direction right. long if I was going up, and short if it was going down. Sounds simple, right? And to help me guess right, I studied chart patterns. I watched candlesticks, memorized indicators like RSI and MACD. I thought if I just learned enough technical analysis, I could stay one step ahead of the market. But over time, I learned the hard way. Even when I was right about direction, I was often wrong about timing, the size, or when to exit. The core assumption is that historical price behavior can help predict what the market will do next. And it's like looking in your rear view mirror in order to drive down the road. I thought predicting direction was the key. I relied on charts and technical indicators. Just because I was right about direction didn't necessarily mean that I had profitable trades. And what I found out was the market can't be predicted by looking backwards. Now, one of the largest reviews ever conducted on technical analysis was done by Park and Irwin, and they examined 92 academic studies that tested whether technical analysis could consistently generate profits. And at first glance, it looked encouraging. 63% of studies reported positive results. But here's the important part: the authors found that many of those positive results were driven by problems like data mining, curve fitting, hindsight bias, and a lack of proper out of sample testing. When those issues were accounted for, the evidence of consistent profitability largely disappears. And that's why I don't build trading systems around subjective chart reading. I focus on quantitative, rules based systems where every entry, exit, and adjustment is predefined and statistically back tested before risking any real money. So, why I stopped trying to pick the right direction? I came across a study that changed how I saw everything. A Brazilian study of over 98,000 individuals from 2013 to 2016 found that 97% of day traders who persisted over 300 days lost money with only 0.13, not even 1%, 0.13% making significant profits. I couldn't find consistent, repeatable results with technical analysis. And every year there seems to be a new chart reading expert with an amazing track record, only to be replaced by someone else the next year. It's like flipping a coin with 128 people. After 7 rounds, one person will correctly call every flip and look like a genius, even though it was luck alone that produced that outcome. The real test of any trading method isn't one outstanding year, it's delivering consistent results over many years throughout every market type. And one of the biggest lessons that I've learned was that subjective chart reading didn't lead to success. Now, next, I'm going to go over the third thing to avoid in order to grow a small account, and that's buying options. When I discovered buying options, I thought I'd found the holy grail. I was already winning nearly half my trades, so I figured if I could simply start buying options, I could use leverage to turn those winners into much bigger profits and make a fortune. And on paper, it made perfect sense. In reality, it became one of the biggest and most expensive mistakes of my trading career. Buying options does have some advantages. It gives you leverage. It also has defined risks, so you know exactly how much you can lose. And it has a much higher profit potential. But one of my biggest mistakes was thinking that options were just leverage stocks. And if I could win half my trades, leverage would do the rest. But what I didn't realize at the time was with options, you don't just need to be right, you need to be right really fast. And because unlike stocks, options have an expiration date. And every day you hold them, they lose value. Even when I got the direction right, I'd still lose money because the move didn't happen fast enough or big enough to make profits. And that's when I had an epiphany. Buying options without understanding time decay is like betting on a horse race where your odds get worse every second you wait to place the bet. This spreadsheet is one of my reviews where I was paper trading in real time, and you can see ADT, and I opened up the stock here, right here, on January 12th, 2021, and I opened it for $8.89, and you can see 2 weeks later on the 26th, I closed it for $8.89. But on that same time frame, on that same day, I opened up options on ADT, a long call, and I paid 75 cents for it. And then 2 weeks later, I sold it for 50 cents. Now you can see that I did the exact same thing. The stock did not move at all. And in that same time period, my option was down $275 or down 33%. Yet the stock price was the same price that I got when I bought in. So this illustrates how buying options creates a low probability chance of making money on a trade. Now, when options are overpriced, the stock must make a larger move than what actually occurs for the option buyer to break even. So, what this diagram shows is the green arrow is the realized profit move, the real move. And it represents the stock's actual move after the event and it reaches the buyer's break even point. The red arrow plus the gray arrow are the expected price move. This represents the move implied by the option's price. And because the implied volatility is elevated, the option buyer is paying for a larger move than typically occurs. So if you look at the green arrow, it illustrates the actual realized move, which is approximately 75% of the time, often falls short of the implied move, which again is represented by the red and gray arrows combined. So buying options, is it risky? So here's the downsides. You have a low probability of making money. You also have directional risk. You got to pick a direction when you go long options. You got to be right about direction. And then there's time decay. You're buying a depreciating asset and you're overpaying about 75% of the time because premium sellers edge because implied volatility is higher than realized volatility about 75% of the time. Buying options is like buying a brand new car and driving it off the lot. You lose value right away. And this is what happened to me when I blew up a few accounts back before 2008. So, quick recap: avoid fundamental analysis, it doesn't have an edge. Avoid technical analysis, it does not provide an edge in trading. Avoid buying options the traditional way because it does not provide an edge. You need a real edge that works in every market. Now, next, I'm going to cover what I've done to grow my small account from just over $6,000 to over $35,000 in just 1.5 years. Now, growing a small account with options can be a challenging task, but it's definitely achievable. And when I began my journey in trading options, my goal was to double my small account every month. However, I quickly learned that taking excessive risks without proper risk management would only lead to starting over again and again and again, forcing me to add new money to my account every time I started over. Maybe some of you have experienced that. Then, back in 2022, I had a breakthrough. I only trade using systems that I've developed from 30 years of trading experience and well over 10,000 hours of study and backtesting. Now, over time, I've created a strict set of guidelines, and I won't trade any system unless it meets these standards. It needs to be rules based, hedged, and non directional. It needs to be crash resistant and consistently profitable. I only want to spend 15 to 30 minutes a week. I don't need another full time job. And now every strategy that I trade, including my small account system trade, is built on this foundation. Now, until 2022, every system I found that met my criteria was based on selling options. In other words, exploiting the premium seller's edge. And that edge comes from the fact that implied volatility or option prices run higher than realized volatility, roughly about 75% of the time. But in 2022, I discovered a loophole in that edge. The loophole is I found a way to buy options without the old pitfalls. I don't have to guess direction. I can buy options and get the leverage. I minimize the decay risk by buying options. I don't need magic wand indicators to pick which way the direction or the stock's going to go when I buy options. The cheat code doesn't replace the core principles, it mimics them in a completely new way. So, in order to rapidly grow accounts, I recommend primarily buying options. If you can find a way to buy options for leverage without the usual downside of the rapid time decay, get that leverage with a win rate of better than 50%, and ensure your winners are larger than your losers, and combine a higher win rate with larger wins than losses. If you can do these things, you have a trading approach with a true lasting edge, one that stacks probability and profit in your favor. Now, isn't buying options risky? Well, remember, we had the advantage of leverage, the defined risk, and the profit potential. We had the problem of low probability, directional risk, time decay, and overpaying. I found a way to buy options and win more than 50% of the time. I found a way to buy options and bet on both sides. I found a way to negate that time decay, and I found a way to underpay rather than overpay. Here's some of the details about the trade that I put on. No adjustments needed. Once you place the trade, you're done. There's no second guessing. It takes less than 15 minutes a week to implement. So you place the trade, check your account once per day, and follow the clearly defined exit rules. That's it. You have the simple setup rules. You follow clear entry and exit rules based on defined criteria. There's no guessing. You have predefined risk. You always know exactly how much you can lose before entering the trade. It's 100% rules based. Every step is written down. There's no emotions and no feelings, just execution. Now, here's the average wins versus the average losses. So, since January of 2025, here's my stats: 31 wins, 7 losses, and 3 break evens with a win loss ratio of 81.58%. That's over 80% win rate. My average loss is only $811. My average win is $1,205, 1,200 bucks. So I have larger wins than losses, and I have more wins than losses. You can see a live equity curve here. Started with 6,053, did not deposit any money, up 29,459. So again, smooth equity curve, proof that my small account strategy works. $6,000 starting now 35,512. So this is a real example of what happens when you consistently buy options at a discount. So remember, to be consistently profitable, you need to have an edge. You need to know what to trade, how and when to enter, and when to exit. So let's go over some key lessons learned here. Number one, avoid fundamental analysis, technical analysis, and buying options the traditional way because they don't have an edge in trading. It is possible to apply an edge in options trading by buying options at a discount. And the edge works in every market environment if you do it right. And the edge, it's proven from beginning of January all the way until present with verifiable results. And the specific edge is described in more detail for free by using the link in the description. Now, if you have a larger account and you want to learn the actual trade structure that I use to manage over 70% of my liquid net worth to make almost $8,000 a month, and I've made over $96,000 in the last year with it. In fact, this strategy works so well that one of my students, Rob Thomas, he's made over $656,000 in verified results in just 1.5 years using the same system. So if you're interested, I go over that in detail in the next video popping up right now on your screen.